Anger has a bad reputation, but today I'm going to dispel 5 common myths about anger and elevate its stature. So come on in, let's get going. Welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Tracy Dickens, a psychologist. And if it's your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, well, welcome back. As a psychologist, I believe, in my humble professional opinion, that anger is the most misunderstood of all of the emotions. And I spend a lot of time talking with my clients about it. And in the next few weeks, I'm going to be sharing information about anger that will help you or someone that you know who may struggle with expressing anger. But today, I'm going to focus on the 5 common myths. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. Myth number 1. Anger is bad. Anger is neither good nor bad. Anger is an emotion. And all emotions are messengers alerting us to a need or a value that is requiring our attention. And anger specifically motivates us to protect things that we value. So this means when you're driving your car and someone cuts you off in traffic, well, that anger that you're feeling, it could be that you value your car. It could be that you value your life. It can be that you value your money or your time. Because if you end up in a car accident, well, your car is going to be damaged. You're going to have to spend money on those repairs. You could be injured and have health complications because of it, and all the time that goes into that. It's not just anger to just have anger. It's because there's things that you value that are being threatened. The second myth, anger is a sin. So this goes out to all of my Christian brothers and sisters. We often misuse Ephesians 4:26 that says, "In your anger, do not sin." It's like we hear the words, but don't really hear the words. What that scripture is getting at is when you're angry, because you will be angry, it clearly says, in your anger, do not do sinful things. Whenever you're standing up for that injustice or misrepresentation or that life-threatening experience, you're not going to engage in something that is sinful, that is just unjustly done. Obviously, if someone is attacking you and you're protecting yourself and you do harm, that's one thing. But just to, out of nowhere, just have an argument with somebody and decide that you're going to lie about them, gossip about them, steal, break their furniture, harm them. Anger alone is not bad. It's how we express our anger that can be problematic. Myth number 3, anger can't be controlled. A lot of times we have this idea that some people are just angry people. And in those situations, we're talking about a personality trait of hostility. And people with hostility tend to have a critical view of the world and other people and of themselves. And that is separate from anger. Anger is something that we learn, or rather don't learn, how to express and manage. And here's the thing. Anger never shows up alone. It has a crew, a posse, it runs deep, it has other emotions that show up with it. But here's the thing. The other emotions often push anger to the forefront as a shield. And in the next couple of weeks, I'll explain to you why that is for the purposes of this video. I want you to understand that when anger is present, there are other emotions with it. And when we start to understand the other emotions that are pushing the anger forward, that's when we learn to understand what our needs are and how to express those needs and how to manage our anger. Myth number 4, I never get angry. When I hear that, I always question that statement, because barring any kind of medical or mental health disorder or disease that would impact your ability to experience or express emotions, we will experience anger. because remember, anger alerts us to a threat to something that we value. And so if you're never getting angry, it makes me wonder, are you connected to your values? Are you living a fulfilling life? Are you connected to other people? Are you doing a job that you're passionate about, that's fulfilling for you? Do you have meaningful relationships? Because if you have those things in your life, at some point in time, they're going to be threatened by time, the weather, other people, but something is going to interfere with your ability to connect with that value. I really encourage people to do some introspection and see if maybe they are in fact getting angry, but they have fallen victim to the first myth, anger is bad, or the second myth, anger is a sin, and so they are suppressing their anger. In the next video, you'll discover that suppressed anger really does take a toll on your body. Well, on to the next myth. Myth number 5, yelling, kicking, screaming, throwing, screaming, all those things reduce our anger. Now, listen, I am all about a primal scream. If you don't know what that is, usually it's like this really loud, just from your soul kind of scream when you're just so frustrated. After that primal scream, most people will cry. If you haven't watched my video on crying and all the benefits and the purposes of tears, I'm going to link that video down below. But before you go watch that video, I want you to understand that the yelling and the kicking and the screaming and the throwing things and the punching the pillows, all those things are really great at releasing energy, but they don't help you identify the need. It just fuels your fight or flight. When I was making this video, I realized I had one more myth that I wanted to throw in there. So if you're still here, lucky you, because you get a bonus myth. And so here it is. Men are angrier. That is not true. Men and women both experience anger at the same rate. The difference is how they express their anger. Men tend to express anger with impulsive behaviors and aggression, where women tend to express anger in more indirect ways, such as not returning a phone call, not speaking to someone. For those men or women, because this can go either way, who express their anger with aggression, and when that aggression is not addressed, it leads to resentment in relationships. It leads to health issues. Those of you who may be expressing it in an indirect form, I hope that this gives you the words to share with that person where you can resolve the conflicts. Let me know down below which myth surprised you, or if you know of other myths out there that I didn't address in this video, because there are plenty of them. I just picked the most common. And as always, if you liked the video, push the thumbs up down below because it lets YouTube know that you want more content like this. And share with your friends and family and subscribe to this channel so we can spend more time together again. So until next time, choose joy, take care, bye.